Hey, Dexter, I can't even comprehend how you'd think I'd wear such an atrocious dress on my flawless body. It's like a direct insult to my dignity, Dexter. Answer me immediately. Where the hell are you? I can't believe you're making your precious little princess wait like this. Your audacity? It's reaching new heights, Dexter.
Tracy, are you even aware that I'm still at work? It's pretty obvious, you know. So I'd highly appreciate it if you could cut it out with the constant barrage of messages and calls on my phone. Thank you.
Oh, look at you, Dexter, all grown up and at work. How adorable, my little obedient boy. Working so hard to make money for me, your master. You're such a diligent little slave creature, aren't you? I couldn't be prouder of you, or more sarcastic, for that matter.
You know, Tracy, I have to be honest with you. It really wouldn't hurt to call me Dad once in a while, instead of addressing me by my first name, don't you think?
Dad? Did I actually read that correctly? It's laughable to think that someone like you deserves to be called my dad. That word is far too fancy for a wordless nobody like you. If you want any recognition as my father, you better step up your game and start earning me more money. Because as of now, all I see is a useless loser who can't even make decent cash and can't even properly raise his own daughter. Pathetic, really.
What do you mean by that? You don't even have a clue about what I do for a living or how much I earn each month. It's totally unacceptable for you to throw around insults like calling me a loser without knowing the full picture.
Oh, great. Another round of your complaints. Fine. Answer me this. What the hell were you thinking with that hideous dress you gave me on my birthday? It's so disgustingly ugly that even homeless people would reject it. Seriously, it's only fit to be a floor cleaning rag or something. How thoughtful of you to gift me such a fashion disaster.
What on earth are you talking about? Isn't that the exact dress you specifically asked me to buy for you as a birthday gift? That red one from your favorite brand? I did what you told me to do. So what's the problem now?
You know what? I used to be all about that dress back then, but now? Nah, not feeling it anymore. It's like so outdated and just plain dumb, so I threw it in the trash without a second thought. Now, here's the deal. I need you to hook me with a new dress that I can actually vibe with. Can you make that happen for me?
Whoa, hold up there. You're telling me you went ahead and threw that dress in the trash? Come on now, kiddo. That dress is practically fresh out of the box. And it cost a pretty penny, like a whopping $1,000. We could have done something better with it, you know. Donating it or putting it online for someone who could really use it would have been the right move. It's a real waste of money and materials if we just toss it aside like that.
Seriously? As if I would even give a damn about that stuff. Just a friendly reminder. I'm the princess here, and we all know that the princess always gets her way. Oh, by the way, cut the crap and quit the kiddo daughter or whatever nonsense you've been spouting. I'm the freaking princess around here. So, here's a little puzzle for you. Any idea when you'll swing by home to snag me a fresh new dress? I've got this party going down today, and I want to totally slay when I stroll with my boo, hand in hand.
Well, kiddo, I can't say for sure, but there's a good chance I'll be getting home late today. Gotta put in some overtime at work, you know how it goes. I'll try to hustle back home as quickly as possible.
Oh, hold up there, Mr. High and Mighty. Working overtime again, huh? Wow, what a real winner we've got here. It's truly mind-boggling how you bent over backwards for that pathetic job of yours and managed to earn peanuts in return. I don't take no for an answer. I demand that you drop everything for instant and chauffeur me to the mall for a shopping spree. I absolutely need my new dress like yesterday. Chop chop, loser.
Tracy, I'm right in the middle of work here. Could you do me a favor and try to be a bit less demanding sometimes?
You actually think your stupid job is more important than your own daughter's future? Wow, what a stellar father you are. I've already made it crystal clear that I have plans with my boyfriend to go to a party today. But of course, that's too much for your feeble little brain to comprehend, isn't it? Can't you at least attempt to learn the basics of human language so you can communicate with actual people? It's mind-boggling how utterly stupid you are. No wonder no one wants to date you, and you're still pathetically single after all this time.
Hold on a second, Tracy. Did I just hear you right? Show a little respect for the person who works tirelessly every single day to provide for you and pay for everything you enjoy.
Oh, please. Respect for you? What a joke. You always reek like a dumpster whenever you stumble home from work. I'm beyond disgusted to have a worthless slob like you as my dad. It's utterly embarrassing that you work at a vet. Seriously? You're better suited to be my servant than my actual father.
Wait a minute. What's all this nonsense? What's so terrible about me working at a vet? Every job deserves respect and appreciation. And let me tell you, working at a vet is actually a noble profession. I have the privilege of rescuing and taking care of the health of countless pets. Those furry creatures are more than just animals to many people. They're best friends and cherished family members. They hold a special place in their owners' hearts and lives. So don't you dare belittle the importance of what I do.
Oh, sure. Like I give a damn about your nonsense. I'm well aware that you're a pathetic failure. But that doesn't mean you have the right to bring me down to your miserable level. I have an amazing life and a promising future ahead of me. So you better start taking good care of me. Get off, you lazy butt, and get your sorry self back home this instant. And while you're at it, take me to the mall to buy a new dress. Chop chop!
Come on now, is it really that urgent? You're already 17. Aren't you old enough to go to the mall on your own?
Hello? I'm a freaking princess. Don't you remember? It's like a rule that I can even set foot outside without my entourage. Duh! Of course, I have to shield myself from all the potential dangers lurking out there. You know, those creepy perverts who just can't resist targeting young, gorgeous girls like moi. Ugh, it's such a burden being this stunning and regal.
What in the world are you going on about? Why do you keep referring to yourself as a princess? You're 17 years old, not a little girl anymore. It's time to let go of those make-believe fantasies and focus on reality. Acting like a fictional character doesn't really suit you at this age, you know? Plus, you do realize you can always order a new dress online, right? It's not like there aren't other options available. Let's think about being a bit more practical here.
Oh, give me a break. What on earth are you blabbering about? Do you honestly expect me to buy some cheap, ugly dresses online? Ew! Obviously, I'm a princess. And you're just a pathetic little servant. So keep your mouth shut and know your place. Got it? If you want me to venture out into the world without any company, then you better hire me a team of bodyguards. I demand constant protection, you see. I can't risk being exposed to the common folk without my royal escort. So get on it, servant, and make it happen.
What in the world? Tracy, you're becoming increasingly absurd. Look, you're 17 years old now. It's time to start figuring things out on your own. I'm swamped with work and can't spare the time to accompany you to the mall. That's it. I'm turning off my phone for now. We'll talk later when I get back, and hopefully by then, you'll have realized you can handle this situation by yourself.
What's with that pathetic attitude, you lowly servant? Now you have the audacity to defy my orders? You've really gotten way too big for your boots, haven't you, Dexter? I demand you to get your sorry self back here immediately. Oh, you better believe there will be consequences when you come home. I'm gonna make sure you experience a world of pain for daring to ignore me like this. Just you wait and see, you insolent little worm. Hey, Dexter, don't forget to drag your sorry self home early and whip up a nice meal for me. Oh, and don't forget to make an additional portion for one more person. Got it?
Cooking for one more person? Is your friend coming over to pay us a visit, Tracy?
Listen up, you simpleton. My boyfriend is making his grand entrance today, ready to grace us with his presence in this filthy little house of yours. In other words, he will move in and live together with us. And let me remind you, as my lowly servant, it is your undeniably important duty to plan a lavish party, fit for a royalty, to properly welcome my beloved. Is that crystal clear? You had the audacity to disappoint me last time. But mark my words, you better not dare to repeat the pathetic performance. Understood?
Hold on just a minute there, young lady. Let me get this straight. You're telling me that your boyfriend is moving in with us? Are you out of your mind? Last time I checked, I don't recall granting you permission to go ahead with this little arrangement.
Whoa, hold your horses there, buddy. Permission? That's a good one. Let's get something straight. You've got a role in this household, and it's definitely not one of authority. You're more like my personal sidekick. Well, I, on the other hand, am the radiant princess of this castle. And guess what? This princess has made a decision. My boyfriend is moving in, and that's the end of the story. Now, I suggest you think twice before you go and upset your precious princess. Consider yourself lucky to have the privilege of contributing to the life of such a highly esteemed and dignified royalty like me. Don't push it, pal.
Let's have a reality check here. It's about time you stop going on about being a princess or some sort of royalty. Frankly, it doesn't make a lot of sense, and you should know better.
You really think you're making sense with that attitude? When did a lowly servant like you think it's appropriate to spout off your silly opinions? Save yourself the embarrassment and remember your place in this family, all right? Anyway, when you finally come home, lend a hand to my boyfriend. Help him unpack his stuff and make sure everything is in its rightful place. Oh, by the way, he's gonna be using your room, so you better clear out your belongings and make some space for him. Got it?
Goodness gracious, he's seriously going to stay in my room? And where am I supposed to crash now? This is absolutely unacceptable, Tracy. You must put a stop to this immediately. Tell your boyfriend to find his own place and bounce. Living like this is majorly inconvenient, you feel me?
Hey, what's your deal? Didn't I just make myself abundantly clear? In this house, you're nothing more than a pathetic servant, so your opinion doesn't count for a squat. Got it? Now, why don't you do us all a favor and obediently follow my commands? Don't fret. If you manage to grovel enough, I might even toss you a bone or two as a reward for your undying loyalty to your superior. See how kind I am towards you?
Hey, old geezer. Take a wild guess who you're talking to right now.
Excuse me, but who are you? Do I know you?
What dumb question is that? Obviously, we haven't met before, so of course you don't know me. But hey, since we're gonna be stuck under the same roof soon, I suppose I'll be a bit gracious and give you the lowdown. I'm Connor, Tracy's boyfriend. Ta-da! Surprise!
Tracy's boyfriend. Oh, so you're the one my daughter mentioned. The guy who's supposedly moving into my house?
Yep, it's yours truly, the awesome Connor. Pleasure to meet you, Gramps. Tracy has filled me in on all the juicy details about you. Apparently, you're like the ultimate failure, right? Haha, gotta love that. She spilled the beans that it's been a whopping 7 years since you divorced your wife, and you're still flying solo. Talk about being a total loser. But hey, not to brag or anything, but I'm quite the catch. I can have any girl I set my sights on, no problemo. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm a freaking girl magnet or something.
Oh, really? So I guess you got yourself quite the lineup of girlfriends, huh?
Oh, you better believe it. I've got a whole crew of gorgeous, irresistible ladies lining up to be with me. I've got this impressive collection of girls I'm dating, you know? It's just the way things go when you're as awesome as me. Let's face it, I'm handsome and loaded with cash. Well, you're just a regular old Gramps who can't even handle basic hygiene properly. It's crazy how someone like you ended up being the father of a hottie like Tracy, right? Mind-boggling, really.
Oh, and does my daughter have any clue about this whole girlfriend collection of yours?
No way, man. I gotta keep that under wraps from her, you know? You think I'm dumb or something? If she ever finds out, she'll straight up murder me, like no joke.
Alright, I get it. By the way, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Only if you're comfortable sharing that information, of course.
Oh, my age? I'm actually 30, dude. Nice to meet you, old geezer.
Wait, what? You're seriously 30? Oh my god. Are you even aware that my daughter is only 17? This is absolutely unbelievable.
So what if I'm 30? Why does age have to be such a big deal? As long as we love each other, who cares about the numbers? There's nothing wrong with us being together, alright? Listen up, Gramps. Mind your own business. You don't get a say in this matter. Got it? Tracy already clued me in on everything. In her house, you're just a lowly servant, and it's probably best if you keep playing that role. Oh, and by the way, nice threads you've got here. Gotta admit, this white shirt looks pretty sharp on me.
Huh. What do you mean by that?
Oh, what else? I'm just giving you props for having some fashion sense. Shouldn't you be grateful for the compliment? It's not every day you receive praise from someone as awesome as me, right?
That's not the main issue here. What did you mean by saying this white shirt looks sharp on you?
Well, duh. I'm currently in your room checking out your wardrobe. Gotta admit, you've got some high-quality clothes in here. No denying that. I bet these babies cost a pretty penny. Like hundreds or even thousands of dollars per item. So spill the beans. Where did you get them? Did you swipe them from somewhere?
Wait, hold on. You're saying you're in my room right now? How dare you invade my personal space like that? Get out of there right this instant.
What are you even going on about, old geezer? Tracy made it clear that your room would be mine. So I'm just taking a peek around my room. What's the big deal?
I never agreed to you taking over my room or moving into my house in the first place. This room belongs to me, so you have no right to do anything without my consent.
What's your deal, man? It might be your house now, but let's face it, eventually Tracy's gonna inherit it, and it'll be under her possession, right? So why not just hand it over already, you greedy old geezer? Let's be real, you don't have that much time left on this planet. Aren't you, like, what, 50, 60 years old? So what's the point of clinging on to this house? It's not like you can take it with you to the grave or anything.
Connor, I'm not messing around here. Get out of my room right this second.
Well, well, well. Luca's trying to be a tough guy. Threatening me? Hilarious. You're nothing but a pathetic loser. And hey, I gotta admit, this watch of yours is pretty nice. It'll definitely add a touch of class to my already fabulous outfit.
That's it. I've already contacted the police, Connor, and they're on their way to apprehend you. It's in your best interest to leave my house immediately. Otherwise, you'll be arrested for trespassing. So, what's your decision? Will you get out of my house voluntarily, or do you want to wait for the police to take action?
Excuse me? Are you really threatening to dial up the cops on me now? You wouldn't actually have the guts to pull a move like that. Cut it out with your empty threats already. Wait a sec. Do I hear a siren? That sounds suspiciously like a police car. No way! Dexter! You sneaky old bat. Don't tell me you actually went ahead and called the cops on me.
Well, guess what? I totally did call them. So you better haul your butt out of my house right freaking now, you little brat. I'm being dead serious, and I don't want to have to say it twice.
Hey there, old-timer. You all patched up from that little smackdown I delivered?
What was going through your head when you decided to whack me in the back with a fire extinguisher out of nowhere? Answer me. Why did you just randomly attack me like that?
Well, that's payback for getting me locked up in jail and stalking me like a total weirdo at my parents' company. Consider yourself lucky that my folks are stinking rich and bailed me out of the joint real quick. Otherwise, I'd make sure your life becomes one never-ending nightmare.
What in the world are you going on about? I wasn't following you. I went there because I had a crucial meeting with my business partner.
Ha ha ha! Business partner's my ass. I bet you caught wind of my family's crazy wealth and thought you could just swoop in and take over my parents' company, right? What a low blow. Newsflash, pal. Sooner or later, my folks are gonna hand the reins to me. And I'll be the big shot CEO. I can already picture you crawling on your knees, begging for my forgiveness when that day comes.
Yeah, like I'd ever stoop that low.
Let me make one thing clear. No matter what you do, or how much you plead, I will never get back together with your daughter. You crossed the line by involving the cops, and now she's got to face the consequences.
Listen, I couldn't care less if you get back together with my daughter or not. You seem to have this inflated sense of self-importance, don't you? Well, let me give it to you straight. You're nothing but a self-deluded jerk. Oh, and by the way, you can go ahead and inform your parents that the idea of extending the contract is a no-go. It's not happening, plain and simple.
Are you spacing out or what? What's the deal with you bringing up my parents and their contract?
Well, let me fill you in on something. My company has been the major trading partner for your parents' company for quite some time now. Basically, they've been depending on my company to stay competitive in their industry for almost a decade. So if I were to terminate all the contracts with your parents' company, I can guarantee it would deal a heavy blow, and they'd likely face some serious consequences.
What? Are you saying this for real? I bet you're just bluffing, right? There's no way a useless slob like you could be a company owner. That just doesn't sound right at all.
Well, unfortunately for you, I'm a company owner. I've been running a chain of vet clinics for years now, and I happen to be the biggest consumer of your parents' vet supplies. So if your parents still decide to hand over their company to you, I'll have no choice but to refuse to extend all my contracts with them.
Wait, hold up. Are you seriously trying to pressure my parents not to give me their company?
Well, I'm actually doing them a huge favor. Let's face it, you simply don't possess the necessary qualities to be the owner of a company. In fact, I would argue that you don't even meet the minimum requirements to be considered a decent human being. To be honest, the only reason I've been doing business with your parents' company is out of respect for the former president, who happens to be your grandfather. However, there are plenty of other suppliers out there who can offer me similar quality products at lower prices. So if your parents insist on handing over the company to you once you're out of jail, I'm fully resolved to sever all contracts with their company.
Wait, hold up. Did I just read that right? Did you just mention jail?
That's right. I have already pressed charges against you for assault. You'll be serving a prison sentence and will also be required to compensate me for the medical expenses I incurred.
What? Are you really calling the cops on me again? That's just plain outrageous. Have you completely lost it? Drop those charges now, or else I'll make sure my parents teach you a lesson you won't forget.
Well, gotta take out the trash and make society a better place to live, am I right? Anyway, hope you have a blast in jail. Best of luck.
Hey, word on the street is you're some fancy pansio, huh? That's pretty rad, you little workhorse. Honestly, I had no clue about that. I'm totally proud of you, my loyal servant.
And why are you asking me this?
Oh, quit pretending you don't know. Now that I know you're loaded, I'll have you grinding even harder to rake in more dough for me. Yeah, that's me, a total genius. Since you got my boyfriend locked up, you better figure out a way to make it up for me. Got it?
Well, guess what, genius? You're getting the boot from my house. So start packing up your stuff and get out of here ASAP. Hurry it up.
Huh? What did you just say?
Listen up, kiddo. I've said it once and I'll say it again. It's high time you pack up and hit the road. Wasn't that crystal clear to you?
Wait, what? You're actually kicking me out? No way, you can't do that. I'm just a teenager. I'm only 17 years old. That's like totally illegal.
Newsflash for you, you're already 18 now. Actually, you just had your birthday not too long ago, right?
Aw, come on. It may say I'm 18 on paper, but deep down, I'm still a kid. I'm super vulnerable. Seriously. Please, pretty please, don't kick me out. I'm begging you.
No can do. Sorry, you're all grown up now. It's time to face the real world and make your own way. You've been too reliant on me. You've been enjoying the benefits of my hard work while still disrespecting your old man. But now it's time for you to go out there and fend for yourself. Take care, Tracy. After being released from jail, Connor faced disappointment when his parents refused to hand over the reins of their company to him. The truth was, they had known all along that he lacked the qualities of a leader. Instead of learning from his parents, Connor had indulged in bad habits and temporary pleasures. To make matters worse, Connor was kicked out of his parents' house after his release. He tried seeking revenge on me by visiting my company multiple times. Unfortunately for him, he chose the same day I had a meeting with his parents, and they gave him a stern scolding. Frustrated by his failed attempts to get back at me, Connor turned to Tracy and demanded to live with her. Now, they share a small apartment room and engage in irregular arguments. Well, at least Tracy finally got her wish of living together with Connor. As for me, I've been thoroughly enjoying my job as the owner of a chain of veterinary clinics. I've worked incredibly hard to reach this point, and I take pride in my accomplishments. Not long after, I met a kind woman who shares my passion for caring for animals. Somewhere up in heaven, I know my wife is looking down on me and feeling happy for my newfound happiness.